Lockdown MUN. So yeah, I'm done. Yeah, done. Thanks Lockdown MUN for giving me this opportunity and giving Epicenter this opportunity to speak at your MUN and for partnering with our organization. So Epicenter was essentially a brainchild of me and my best friend Aryan Ghosh 2 years back, and it never materialized. But this year we were free and we didn't really have a lot of things to do. So we did sit down, we did plan everything out, and we finally finished off a few designs, prototypes, and what we'd expected from this certain website. Now, I am a munner. I'm a munner. I've been in the munning
Hello,
circuit for the last.
hello,
I've
हाँ,
been.
अबे,
Hello.
Nishkam, just wait for a while.
Yeah.
हाँ
Yeah, Aviral, you can continue.
Yeah,
Right. Um,
ऑर्डर कर रहा हूँ बिस्किट
Just a second, please.
ये करूँ
Tanmay, you can mute everyone else.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Aviral, I'm sorry for that. You would have to unmute yourself once, and then
yeah, that's absolutely fine. So yeah, so I was saying, as I was saying, I'm an MUNer as well, and I've been MUNing for the last 5 years in the Bangalore circuit. And the one thing that I've always realized is that there are facts, and that's inevitable. There are always facts regarding a given crisis. Let's talk about the Israel war. Let's talk about 9/11, or let's talk about Iraq, or let's talk about Iran and the US right now. So there are always facts. But the one thing that differs from people to people is the perspective. So everyone looks at something with a different perspective. And that is something that is unique to literally everyone on the planet because they are entitled to their own perspective and their own opinion to view a thing. Now, we at Epicenter personally thrive with this perspective-based behavior and nature of humans. And it is something that we need to embrace as a human race and learn to listen to others and see what others see to a given agenda. Now, what we do at Epicenter is really simple. We are author driven. So what we do is we publish the perspectives of our authors on our website. The multi angles to a single particular agenda. So let's talk about the oil crisis. Now we have different authors coming in from various different backgrounds speaking about how a certain tariff can actually affect the global the global order of one oil supply, of two oil demand. And then let's talk about we have COVID, and we have a lot of authors who speak about how uh, this pandemic has affected is a catalyst for transformation. So we have different perspectives, and what we do at Epicenter is we publish different perspectives so that we help our audience find their own voice and find something that they resonate with. So at Epicenter, it's basically all we do is we listen to our authors, we publish the views of our authors in a non-radical sense, and make sure that they are able to propagate their understandings and their beliefs on a large platform so that others can read them as well. Thank you, Lockdown Month, for your time.
thanks a lot for being here, Aviral. And Epicenter News is our news partner, and you can know more about them on our Insta page, and you can also search for them on their Insta handles. Okay. After that, we'll have Ishaan Joshi sir. So Ishaan sir, if you are here, can you please address? All right, I think Ishaan sir is still not here. We'll just be waiting for him for 5 more minutes, and I think he'll be here in that time.
He is actually here. I think his mic is muted.
Uh,
No, your mic is muted.
Wow. I didn't realize it was mute. I'm really sorry about it.
that's okay, sir.
Yes. So I hope I'm audible first of all.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Perfect. That's perfect. All right. So, I've been taking a constant follow-up with the Secretariat about the conference in its entirety. So, first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Secretary General and the Office of the Secretary General and whosoever is involved in their capacities to the best of their ability and knowledge. I thank you all for being a part of the Lockdown MUN 2020. And I guess, coming to the very essence of why we have these simulations in the first place is to discuss, deliberate, and negotiate over some very, very significant and historical agendas, which have had a very greater influence in the past and shall continue to do so in the future as well. So I believe that the true spirit of diplomacy and democracy has been entrusted upon you. And I guess that MUNs like Lockdown MUN will stand as a beacon of light for many, many other relevant MUNs and in parliamentary discourses to come in the future course of time. So I thank you all. I thank the Secretariat. And I would always recommend everyone, because this is a platform which is highly anticipated in the present course of time, but unfortunately what has happened is that people aren't doing it for the way the simulations should be done in the first place. And considering the fact that a lot of things are be taken up in an MUN conference which actually don't resemble the true essence of MUN conference, I sincerely believe that you will take this platform very seriously. First of all, use it for something that it's meant to be serious about it, and at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that it turned out to be an enthralling experience for you, and a similar platform of any magnitude, be it any other conference, will turn out. I thank everyone. I thank the Secretariat. May the democracy and diplomacy prevail, and looking forward to see you again. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, sir. And you might not know, but Ishaan Joshi, sir, is also the chief officer at the Statesmanship program. And sir, if you could tell us a bit about that.
Sure. Provided that people are willing to take interest in it. I'll continue. I'll start with it. Basically, I've had this privilege of being an eccentric part of a lot of community service organizations in my life. So the Statesmanship program is something that I started off a year back. We've just completed 1 year with the Statesmanship program. It's basically it's a company, it's a community service organization, it's a youth organization that basically would try to do everything in the name of social awareness and public goodwill. We render community service in whatever way possible, be it trying to be a platform for the coming generation, and and people of different rounds and corners of different age, caste, creed, sex, race, gender, to come up, speak their minds out on issues which make a lot of sense in our real lives. There is a thing about the Statesmanship program, and I'd like to highlight it in front of everyone, and that is that we don't prioritize international relations, because we sincerely believe that international relations is something which is very good to understand, it's good to read, it's good to contemplate, it's good to basically go through the international relations, but we being the individual stakeholders, there is absolutely nothing that can be done about international relations. Now, if Israel and Palestine has been fighting a war over the past couple of years, so we being individuals, there is nothing that can be done from us, because there have been a lot of intermediaries in the name of United Nations who've been trying really hard to make sure that the very essence of peace stays preserved and intact in those high tense regions. But at the end of the day, we have to realize that it's a complete political dialogue, and if we have to talk about our contributions as an individual stakeholders, there is very little that we can contribute individually. So in the Statesmanship program, we've tried to possibly take up issues like sanitation, right? The quality of education, and a lot of things over which we can have our say as individual stakeholders. So we have online events, we have events, if that requires a tangible presence of the stakeholders around. We have tree plantation events. Basically what we've done is that we've distributed our work into three categories. If we are rendering some distinguished service for I would say pertaining to the tree plantation kind of an event, anything that would require the very essence of nature around us, so we've categorized it under a different category. And if we have some events pertaining to trying to let people know about different socio-political issues, then we categorize it under Jagruti. Now recently we had an event named as Pratiti, wherein we are trying to basically target the skill development area, wherein we are promoting people to show us anything that they feel comfortable about, and they can basically teach people about something that they know and can very well contemplate within the short span of 4 to 5 minutes. So if I have to possibly epitomize the essence of this particular company or the organization that I am proud to be a part of, and that is that we render every kind of community service in different ways possible. We have a different content development department that writes articles, and we have a bi-monthly column named as the Statesmanship program, which we publish every twice in a month. That's why I call it a bi-monthly column. It's a newsletter that gets public from our side. We have a separate division for social media and marketing. We have a separate division for sponsorship and finance. So there is a lot of things that we take care of, and again, epitomizing everything that we've done, what we've achieved. We basically render community service, and like a lot of things that I've been doing. Because where this idea actually came from was from my experience as a UN volunteer for the past 3 years. Because through the United Nations, I've had this privilege of dealing with a lot of UN sponsored programs that basically teach underprivileged children, underprivileged people, and physically disabled people how to prepare themselves for interviews, and at the end of the day make them self-capable and self-reliant to become to get employees, or possibly start their own careers in life. So the idea in its entirety came from my experience as a UN volunteer, because it's been 3 years now with the United Nations with me. And apart from that, I've also had this privilege of staying in touch with the United Nations Information Center for India and Bhutan, about their possible work to the promulgation of the MUNs in India. So it's again, it's been a privilege working with them as well. So everything that we've tried to cover under the Statesmanship program is something that I've experienced as a volunteer with the United Nations. So whatever my learnings have been over the past couple of years, I've tried to render it in the form of the Statesmanship program. And this is all what is the Statesmanship program is all about. And I'm pretty sure that it will stand as a beacon of light for many similar programs to come in the future. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for being here, sir. And I would encourage you all to subscribe to the newsletter of the Statesmanship program, because if you believe in free speech, it's a great platform to get to know different perspectives. Okay, so
Absolutely.
now we have with us Mr. Punit Agrawal. So Mr. Punit Agrawal is the Chief Project Manager of Systems at National High Speed Rail Corporation. And this is the PSU that's currently handling the Bullet Train project. So Punit, sir, if you're here, can you please...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello, sir.
So it's great to connect you all. Actually, it reminds me of my days quite a lot. I mean, it's almost like 30 years back in my life, 28 to 30 years back in my life, when I used to represent my school at various debate competitions. We didn't have the luxury of having MUNs. So you people are really lucky, I would say, and you are doing great things here. And when at that time we used to go and represent the schools and debated into various debate competitions. So that's good that you have a formal platform now. And the another limitation at that time was that you were only able to normally compete with at the max with the schools within a city. But as I could see here, you are joining from different places, and that's great that you get the taste of what people think, or what people ideas people have from different regions, different places. So that's a good thing to happen. I congratulate all of you for being part of this initiative, because I know as I have some discussions with you people, that this is organized by just the students, and that's a great initiative that you all have taken. I must congratulate you for this initiative, and not just the team who has organized it, but all the participants who have done a great job. Maybe you must have learned a lot of things about each other, about the country which you represented, or the whatever role you were given to perform, and also from about the others, because you listen to others' views, and that is the most important thing. What you learn from all these engagements is that it's not about expressing yourself. It's about expressing yourself is important, but what you do is what you want to say, you are able to tell that. You learn from the mistakes made by the people. You learn from the good experiences that have been there, and that is most important. At the end of the day, it is not important that whether you lose or win. There will be some people who will win, not all can, but you all are winner because you learned a lot here. You learned uh, how you can find out the bad things which has happened, or what was the learning in it, and from that what you actions you can take, how constructively you can help people, how constructively you can actually get engaged in solving of the problem. I say problem, I don't say problems, because it will be a utopian world where you think that you can solve all the problems in one go. It's not possible. Start with one. If you even start with one problem, you do even a small bit in helping it out, in easing it out, then you have done the job which you started here. I wish you all get connected. You keep doing this great thing. I'm not sure whether the winners have been announced or not. Is it done?
Yeah, yet to
No,
be
not
announced.
yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Okay. So I can wish you all best of the luck for getting the award, which some of you must be anticipating, and I'm sure this great thing that has happened here will keep you connected for a long time. Uh, now, I will like also to tell you about one person who is there between us here, who is a doctor. As all you know, doctors are the one who are at the forefront of this COVID-19, who are fighting, uh,
This
being at the
pandemic.
forefront, and you can hear from him what all things a life of a doctor is, and how they go about doing their things, especially in this situation. So let me introduce Dr. Pawan Singhal. Pawan, can you hear me?
Uh, I guess I'll have to contact him once again.
Okay. So I was also listening to Mr. Ishaan. So you were sharing your experience with the all the MUNers who may be quite young, but got an experience listening to you. Uh, there may be few of the delegates who must have participated in previous MUNs also, and I am sure they must have also provided some insights to the people who have joined for the first time. Uh, although I never believe that the people who are coming for the first time cannot do the same for the others also. It's also possible that they might have given something to the Tanmay, is it possible to have Dr.
I think he's not there right now, so I guess we can first move on to our DJ. We have a DJ with us, SNR, and then we can.
There are some net issues, so you may have to wait a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, he is back then.
Yeah, just a second.
So that's it from my side. I again wish you all the best, and Tanmay, you can now take over.
Mhm. So I think Dr. Pawan is busy right now, so I think we can move on to DJ SNR. So we got a show for you today, tonight, and Devansh, is he here?
Wait a second. I'll check with him.
I know for you, some of you, it might be awkward right now because generally when you do a show like this, it doesn't happen like that, right? So yeah, when you're doing an online conference, you have these issues come up. So please forgive us for that. But I hope you are not feeling sleepy right now. Are you? Yeah, there's one person who is telling me that he's feeling sleepy. That delegate, I won't name you, but please be patient for a while. We have a show for you tonight, unfortunately, because we are doing it for the first time online. And I guess for all of you too, it was the first online month. So we are having some issues and we'll continue.
Tanmay, can you please check your WhatsApp?
I don't think SNR is in the room right now. Do you want me to call him?
Yeah, I just told him he'll be there in 10 minutes.
Cool. Okay, 10 minutes.
How was the experience, guys? Had fun?
You
Okay,
can switch your
everybody is
mics on
muted.
and reply.
Jannat.
We're being joined by Dr. Pawan soon. So just wait for a while. Yeah, we have Dr.
What was the
Pawan.
best part?
We have Dr. Pawan here. Sir, yeah.
Anonymous chats.
Am I audible to you guys now?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay. So can you just brief me up about the things you have done so far today?
All right. So, sir, what we have hosted a MUN conference for the past 2 days, today and yesterday. And
Okay.
basically what happens is that we simulate the MUN. So every person gets the delegation of a particular country and they
Okay.
get to speak for this. Now
Okay.
that we are going through these tough times and we have the COVID-19 crisis, so many of our issues were also relevant to this crisis in the MUN.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So right now your work, the situation in Jaipur too, I think is really bad, right?
Yeah, it's really bad. The thing is, if you guys would have analyzed it, you guys would have I think discussed it in a lot of account that it's good that we could control somehow, but we are late by 15 days. If the nation would have taken a call 15 days earlier than the time it has, then we would have been in a better condition. And we should have logged our air travel, I think, in maybe mid of February. That would have given, I think, that would have saved more lives, and that would have locked up the spread of infection as such. If you ask my perspective,
Mm-hmm.
but still, if you compare with the other nations, global scenario, we are so far we are good. We are better in a better condition, but that might be a myth. Do you know why? Why that might be a myth? Because we have not tested properly. In a country of 138 crores, we have not like tested even I think 0.1 to 0.5 or maybe 1% of the population yet. So that may be a negative denominator to what we are seeing. So we have to we are now up to see a lot of things in coming months.
So you believe that the worst is yet to come, right?
Yeah, I think if you ask me, being a medical person, I think because we could not randomly test in the large group of societies. What we are doing is contact tracing. That is what preventive and social medicine go with, epidemiological data and all. They generate by the contact tracing. You trace the contact, you make a cluster of the population, confine them to a particular area, then you test them. But being such a large geographical, epidemiological country, I think our sampling is too low. The tests are inadequate.
Right.
Poorly taken tests, I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. And moreover, if you ask me, the way test is being done, this is also not good. The technicians and other people who are taking swabs and all, you know, there are errors in sampling, there are errors in transport of the sample. So it happens to every country. Okay, it happens to every country, but we have to improve. We have to like do something more about sampling.
You have to learn fast.
Yeah.
So, sir,
Yeah, but Pawan, I think it's great we are connecting here with these all kids here.
Yeah.
Just few things. I think these are the young kids. Most of them are very young. What you can probably tell them is the life of a doctor, the challenges that doctor faces, so that can make them ready for their future life.
Okay. So the thing is, if you really want to strive ahead in medical career, the thing is, at first you have to work hard during your senior secondary schools and all, so that you get through the pre-medical test, get medical branch in a good college where literal good academics go on, and where you do have a good number of patients also, so that your clinical experience also is there along with the graduation. The difficult part about graduation is, I think, during 4.5 years tenure of graduate in medical sciences, you have to go through at least 60 books. Okay, there are many subjects, many books are there, reference books are there. I'm not demotivating you. It's such a good field. I'm telling you, you feel good when you save somebody's life. You touch a patient and you listen to his or her pain, craving, her problems, and you try to relieve her out of her problems. It gives a different sense. I'm telling you. By the end of the day, you feel like, oh, this was something a day. I've helped somebody. I've helped a human being to take care of her or his suffering. Okay. So after doing that, after doing your undergraduate, then the tougher thing comes. That is going through the post graduation examination. That is very tough. I'll tell you, because the number of postgraduate seats in India as compared to the undergraduate seats are very low. Out of around 100 undergraduates, around 5 to 10 are getting a postgraduate seat. Getting it? And if you are not specialized in a particular field, you are just like a family physician. Got it? There is a concept of family physician in some developed countries, you know, where specialized medical practice is far from the reach of a common man. They have to go through family physician, then they get a referral, then they go to see to specialized doctor. It takes around 1 or 2 months. In India, the scenario is not like that. We do have a lot of specialized doctors, but still, as per the need of the society, you should have a specialized doctor every 1,000 individuals. And the count is right now maybe around 10 to 30,000 individuals. Okay. So you have to specialize. For that, you have to go through a pre-postgraduate test. Okay, pre-PG, that's what we call in India, or that could be the like medical licensing examination in US, or that is like PLAB in UK. Okay, so that's just I'm giving you an example. So you have to clear that pre-postgraduate exam, and after doing that, you have to do a 3 years specialization in a particular specialty. Like if you are pursuing your career in general surgery, you are doing 3 years general surgery residency. Like I did in otorhinolaryngology, in ENT, ear, nose, and throat. I did for 3 years. After that, if you want to super specialize, suppose that I am an ENT, I want to excel in head and neck cancer surgery, or I want to excel something about only endoscopic surgery, or something like traumatic facial surgery, then I have to super specialize. For that, I have to again pass an examination and go ahead with super specialization, that is DM or MCH, Master of Chirurgery, that is Master of Surgery, in maybe plastic surgery, neurosurgery, skull-based surgery, or urology surgery, which deals with the kidney and the whole excretory system. So this is how medical practice goes on. Then you have
Family
to
member and speech.
register yourself with the medical council, and you can practice the way you want. You want to become an academician with some medical college, you can attach yourself, or like a government hospital and a peripheral services, or you can start your own hospital. You can attach to a corporate hospital or your clinic. That's it. So medical field, I would say, if you somebody has got a bit of interest to medical sciences, I love my job. You would even after all these troubles I have gone through, so much of studies and all, so many papers I have to write down to maintain my academics. I have to write at least 2 publications a year, so that my promotion goes on. Like I am professor right now, I have to write at least 8 to 10 papers from my recruitment as an assistant professor, as a faculty post, till professor right now. Although I do have 40 publications right now, but you have to publish papers, you have to go in conferences, you have to get those conference points so that you can carry forward, continue your consultancy. So all these things are there. But medical field is a good field, I'm telling you, because you are healing somebody, you are helping them with their health, you are one of the important pillars in the society for the mankind, for manpower. So this is something like for the whole nation, for the whole world. Okay. Any particular thing somebody if like would like to ask of?
So if anyone's interested in the field of medicine, please feel free to talk to Dr. Pawan. He's a very experienced medical practitioner, and I'll send you the details. Just let me know personally. All right, and thanks a lot for being here, Pawan sir and Punit sir. It was great having you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Have fun.
thank you, sir.
Fun and learn, and this is, I think, this is a good way of interacting with each other. You guys can make a project and go ahead with the things.
Thanks
All
a lot.
the very best for your future.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you,
we
sir.
take leave.
And we would, first of all, we would like to pay gratitude to doctors like Dr. Pawan, who are at the front lines of this crisis. They themselves are risking their lives right now to be able to protect the country. So yeah, thanks a lot for being here, sir.
If anybody wants to ask anything, like anybody, no? Thank you.
Thanks a lot for being here.
Okay. So should I disconnect? I'm done.
No, you are free to watch this entire ceremony. We have DJ over here. So yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now we have with us DJ SNR. So Devansh, can you?
You have to unmute him. He's already here.
All right. So SNR, if you can unmute yourself, that would be great.
Let me text him. Yeah, he is here.
All right. I guess he would have to unmute himself once.
Not unmuted. I think he started already.
Yeah, I think he's not even able to listen to us.
I'll just call.
Okay, wait. I'll call him. I'll call him. I'll call him.
I'll call him. Wait.
Hopefully, there are no delegates who are making fun of us right now.
I don't think he has started. अभी start नहीं करा है.
Yeah, मैंने उसको बोला है कि you have to unmute yourself.
Yes, SNR.
anyone who has Instagram, they can check out on the Lockdown MUN. We have better sound quality right now. There.
Yeah, we have better sound quality on the Instagram one rather than here, but you are free. He'll be performing over here too. We're live on Instagram right now. You can check over there.
I think his voice is lagging. That's why we're not able to hear the transitions completely.
I encourage you all to go to Instagram to watch that. It will be better over there on our.
आजा रे मेरे साथ ये जागी जागी रात पुकारे तुझे सुन सुना दे वो ही धुन आजा जिमी आजा आजा रे मेरे साथ ये जागी जागी रात पुकारे तुझे सुन सुना दे वो ही धुन जिमी
नहीं है इलाज दुनिया में और कोई
What you wanna do, baby? Where you wanna go? I'll take you to the moon, baby. I'll take you to the floor. Treat you like a real lady, no matter where you go. Just give me some time, baby. Cause you know, even when we're apart, I know my heart is still there with you. 5 more hours till the night is ours, and I'm back with you. This right here is my type of party. 5 more hours, we're just getting started. This right here is my type of party. 5 more hours, we're just getting started.
5 more hours, we're just getting started.
just run them red lights. We could just run them red lights. There ain't a reason to stay. We'll be like years away. We could just.
So we had SNR with us. Hope you had a great time. So just give me a second now. Now is the time you all have been waiting for.
He's on
And
mute, right? Has he ended it already?
yeah, he ended it on Instagram, but yeah, because I think
Okay,
he has ended.
chatting.
Devansh, can you just contact him once?
Sure, what do you want me to say to him?
Just let him know that he can continue live on Instagram while we just do the awards over here.
Okay.
Okay.
If he wants.
All right. So one by one, we'll be calling all the chairs up. And okay, some people, how many people are nervous over here? Delegates who have their camera on.
Here.
Why is the co-chair nervous, by the way?
Very nervous.
Why? That doesn't make sense. Okay. So let's start with the awards. And okay. Okay, I'm nervous too now. Now we have UNGA with us. So I would like to recognize the co-chair and chair of UNGA to come up for the award ceremony.
I guess the chair is not there. Is the chair there? Because I can't see.
Yeah, the chair is there, Mishti.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Chair.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
No
Hi,
intention
hi,
of
delegate. Hi, delegate.
Hello, coach. Other committees.
Okay, the committee was amazing. We had some amazing time with the crisis session, first of all. And kudos to all the delegates. They worked really hard and it was an amazing committee to chair. And I suppose the co-chair has the same thing. Co-chair, do you want to speak? Anything?
Yeah, I would just like to point out this fact. It actually happens in every MUN, but this MUN is literally looking at beginners speaking amazing, wonderful points was like literally amazing. And we had an amazing time. People understood the crisis and I hope they enjoyed it too.
They did understand the crisis.
Yeah, they did, Nisham.
Every one
They
of them
did.
deserves best deal then.
Okay.
स्टोरी नहीं सुनाई थी हमने, ठीक है?
हमने स्टोरी नहीं सुनाई थी.
Yes,
It was
okay, please
our normal
continue. Please
crisis.
continue.
Yes. So
we'll be going with the awards now.
Yeah.
क्योंकि मुझे पता है सबको awards की
बहुत ज़्यादा
curiosity है. So let's go with the verbal mention first. So we'll start with the verbal mentions. So the verbal mention is won by Germany and WHO.
Yes.
So can you just Germany and WHO, maybe because it's an online conference, everyone would not be able to like have you come up on stage. So what if you can just speak one or two words over here?
Hi, Germany.
Hi.
If can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience, especially with the chair and the co-chair. They were so nice to us, especially the co-chair. The chair had grievances with us.
The chair, मजा नहीं आया.
Angry. I was a little bit angry.
Yeah, just let him speak, no?
Other than that, the committee was very informative and infotainment, I should say, because entertainment तो chair करवा ही रहे थे, chair and co-chair. उनके personal stories सुना के.
No, thank you.
Self-help group.
Emotional support मिल गया.
Right. So who was the other one?
WHO.
WHO.
Do we have WHO with us?
I hope we do.
सब बीमार हो जाएंगे. Where's WHO?
I am talking to her. Oh, she's not here. She has some class, I guess. She's not.
All right.
Right. Okay. We'll be moving to special mention now. And the special mention has been achieved by USA, the delegate of USA.
USA.
So it was really fun, and my EB chair and co-chair both were like amazing people. I wish like I knew them in school now, like they're not there here. So but
Instagram
amazing.
delegate, Instagram.
Thank you so much.
Great delegate. Congratulations, delegate.
Congratulations.
Okay. So we'll be moving ahead
Moving
with the
on.
high com.
High
Yes, coach.
commendation. I guess you might know who it will be, but okay.
Any
It
guesses?
is no, nobody can guess it.
Yeah.
No, you can
Right.
turn on your mic and guess it once.
Yes,
Yeah.
please
Guess it. Guess it. Guess it.
Denmark.
Dolakpur.
No.
China.
China.
Yes.
Yes, it is being achieved by China.
Yay, China. Congratulations. Okay, so
China.
moving on to
China
the
isn't here.
best
China.
delegate. Yeah, China.
China.
Yeah, we have China. Okay, fine, China.
So talking about the MUN, like it is my second MUN with the chairperson, and in the previous one also I got the HiCom, and it was a really nice experience seeing people.
You're telling me it's fixed.
Okay.
Like it was like very informative and good for me.
Good. Congratulations, China. So moving on to the best delegate. Any guesses who won the best delegate?
France.
Dolakpur. Dolakpur.
Narendra Modi, I recognize your voice very well. Can you stop it, Dolakpur?
All right.
Stop it, guys.
Everyone is requested to जब वो बोले उसके बाद mute कर दें.
The best delegate is
The best delegate is Japan.
yes. Yes, Japan.
Congratulations, Japan. Any
Thank
words,
you.
Japan?
Kudos to you, Japan.
Thank you so much.
Words,
It was like
Words for us, Japan.
words for us, please.
I had a lot of fun in the I have attended 2 MUNs and I had the most fun today only. It was very entertaining. In most MUNs I fell asleep because bore hota hai. So I did not feel asleep. That's an achievement.
Yeah, so you actually won. You actually won because of the crisis.
Yes, you were wonderful in the crisis
and
in the DR.
Yeah.
France. अभी कुछ पूछना है क्या? Points पूछना है तेरे को अभी?
Oh no.
Amendment करना है तेरे को?
That's not good. नहीं ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए. All right. So let's move further. Now we have UNDP. So Siddharth and Pranesh.
All right. I don't even know where to start with the UNDP. Comedy started slow, but it definitely picked up. All you guys gave a killer performance. I hope the press conference was fun for the delegates who didn't get pressed. I'm very sorry even now to the delegates who did get pressed. We didn't mean to be as aggressive. I mean, even the Secretary General came in and pressed the delegate of the press, who was not having the best day anyways.
US needs to be awarded the most pressed delegate.
Yeah. So it was,
it's always good to have the delegate of the United States of America pressed.
Yeah,
But you can't stop. You can go on for the full day just pressing about anything.
But I think obviously towards the end of the day we have to do awards, and it was a hard decision because all of you gave us a real headache. Like both Pradesh and I were on call for like 15 minutes. We had the chairperson of the NMC. We had to call him up because we were like, you were there in committee for this much. What do you think? Who gets it? And so basically kudos to all of you. Like 99% of y'all were first timers. And the performance that y'all gave as first timers is just incredible. I can only ask y'all to keep going at it and like keep killing it always. So I think I've given enough drama for the start. I think Pranesh, you can take over now for the awards.
Okay, so we have 4 awards in total: a verbal mention, an honorable mention, an outstanding delegate, and a best delegate. So the verbal mention for the United Nations Development Program Committee goes to the delegate of Saudi Arabia.
Saudi here.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I hope like it happens in every month.
Okay, oh my god, it was.
Can I go on?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The honorable mention goes to the delegate of the United Arab Emirates, represented by Ronak Ji. Please.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Actually, it was my first like UNDPMN in such a like big committee. I'm like really honored. Thank you so much, Chair and Co-Chairperson.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Moving on to like our two big awards. Outstanding delegate, drum roll, whatever. The outstanding delegate award goes to the delegate of the United States of America.
Oh my God.
This paid after all. This paid.
Okay. There's always other months to get pressed and just thumped into the ground.
I have. Firstly, chairs. If this is a joke, I swear to God, I will hunt you.
Sure. It's okay if you have to express your, tears from your eyes. It's okay after press con, completely.
Yeah.
Or just sweating.
I have a few things to say. Firstly, fact is, I got pressed so bad, and I got Donald. I
keep that in.
I got America 2 days before the month. Every hour, I guess, Donald Trump was just making it harder for me. And committee was really fun, and I should speak anymore because nobody wants to talk.
He made you great again, delegate.
Thanks.
All right, and the coveted Best Delegate Award. Any guesses, delegates?
India.
Oh, you already won.
Singapore.
Okay, so
India.
the Best Delegate Award goes to the delegate of Singapore.
Where's Singapore?
It was very close. There was, I think there was a margin of half.
Yeah. Celebration song for Best Del.
Oh, that's a good idea. We can just play SNR as soon as.
Oh, right. Done. This is happening for my committee. Every award we are doing this.
For being with us when his committee also. Thank you, Gaurav Pradeep.
I think again a huge shout out goes out to the secretariat. All of them were incredible. They made the life of us as very easy. Thank you to all of you and congratulations to the winners.
Thanks a lot. All right. So now we have All India Political Parties meet. Nishkam.
Woohoo. Hi. Is Nu here? Is my co-chair here? I don't think so.
So this was my personal favorite committee, hands down. Like
my personal favorite committee. Play the music. Unmute SNR. Let the music play.
Here again.
Wait a second. Let me see. Arey,
I agree.
We need to hear again.
You are the chair. You need to.
I will. Okay. So first thing I'd like to tell you about this committee. This was not all Indian political party meet only. At the last moment, people from NMC were really less. So on the same day, we had to merge NMC with AIPPM. Now, before I announce the results, I would like to, brief you guys about the marking criteria. The agendas and everything were the same, and the marking scheme was also the same. But the difference is that the winners are from AIPPM different and NMC different. So both these committees will have separate winners. However, the marking and everything was done the same. Now, the best part about this was the delegates made merging so easy. They did it so brilliantly. Their points were just perfect. And
even the first timers.
Even the first timers, like I can quote an example. Shashi Tharoor was a first timer from an NMC and he did really well. He was so comfortable, like I'm okay if you want to merge or anything. And if they were part of AIPPM, they would have been real trouble for the winners of AIPPM. Although people from AIPPM were really good too. Okay, so there are 4 awards for AIPPM and 3 for NMC. So I'll start with AIPPM since that was the original committee. And okay, so now about there are 2 special mentions, 1 HighCom and one BestDel, obviously. So all of them were amazing. Like even the first timers, I know first timers personally, and they all did better than I expected them, better than I personally did in my first time here. So without further ado, so the first special mention, it's not in any particular order. The first special mention goes to Rajnath Singh.
Rajnath Singh.
Rajat Singh,
are you there?
It
do you
was a
want?
hi.
Jai Shri Ram.
It was a Jai Shri Ram. It was a
Okay.
really good experience to attend Lockdown MUN, and I had a lot of thanks to the chairs
You're
and all the
welcome.
delegates.
Good job. Good job. Keep it up. And the next special mention is Kanhaiya Kumar. Both were
I
really
would say,
controversial speakers in the committee.
yeah, the experience was really good. It was my first time in AIPPM, and the chairs were super chill, and Kejriwal rocks.
Kejriwal is basically my acting co-chair. He was as acting delegate, so he entered the private session just for fun, and that was really fun.
Who was Kejriwal?
Kejriwal was Noor Rahman. He was my co-chair, and
no.
So okay, that was really fun. Jokes were made about TikTok and on Mr. Modi. Okay, so now the high com of my committee is also a first timer, and I did not expect her to do this well. As I said, I didn't expect any of the first timers to do this well in the committees. They really had very good points. Given that the committee was small, so they must have felt comfortable, but it was their pure hard work and research. So the high com goes to Atishi.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know what to say right now. I'm kind of
Okay.
shocked. I am kind
That's
of
fine.
shocked. I was like, thank you, Nishkam, for pushing me into doing this. I was not willing to do
You're
that.
welcome. Yes,
Thank
I had to get people, so I just like post her every day.
Thank you.
Okay, now about
now the drum roll thing.
Okay, SNR. Keep SNR on hold as soon as I announce it. I want music.
Just a second then. Just wait. Yeah. Announce.
Okay, so the best delegate award goes to Mr. Narendra Modi.
Thank you so much, guys.
He was controversial in private session and really acted as a true prime minister. Good job.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Good. Okay, wait. Now I'll have to mute SNR then. Just a second.
Mute SNR.
Personally, being Modi was really tough for me because सबने मेरे को टारगेट कराया इस पूरी कमेटी में. Like आधे घंटे का सेशन होता था, सब स्पीचेस दे देते थे और मेरी स्पीच होती थी तो आधा घंटा उस पूरी स्पीच में जाता था क्योंकि इतने सारे POIs क्वेश्चन, मतलब कि थक ही गया था मैं तो. एंड द चेयरपर्सन पर्सनली मेरे से कम 10 क्वेश्चन पूछता था और कहता था फिर मैं इस पे मार्क नहीं करूंगा, मतलब सारे क्वेश्चन पूछ के मार्क भी नहीं करना है इससे. वाह भाई. थैंक यू गाइस, थैंक यू चेयरपर्सन, थैंक यू निष्काम, थैंक यू.
You're welcome.
Chai pila do Modi ji.
Okay, so now moving on to NMC. These delegates were really amazing, like how they, incorporated their previous research into a whole new committee and with whole new, separate protocols too and a whole new agenda. They did really well, and I compliment them for actually, playing out their portfolios. A few of them were reporters, they acted as reporters, and it was just amazing. So the special mention goes to Shashi Tharoor. He's also a first timer. He's look at him. He's just a kid now, and he did really well. Good.
Yes, can I play something?
Yes, sure. Obviously.
What, he has a speed.
Isn't disbelief right now?
That's so
So my
awesome.
first one, I never thought I would win. Thanks to everyone.
Good. Keep this record up. Great. So now the high com goes to the story. So when NMC was joined with AIPPM, so the chairs were given different portfolios, and now the co-chair was my personal friend, and I knew her. So I requested him on my personal request. I wanted her to be part of the committee since she had great knowledge. Okay. See, I know you two. We are in the same class. So shut up.
friend.
Okay. So basically, I requested her to take part because her Indian political knowledge is amazing. Although the points were so accurate on CA and RC, but that's what I expected from her. And I was biased towards her. Biased in the sense I was into 10 more harsh when it came to her. Like in the marking, I was zero brilliant. I gave it. Okay, so she could have won easily, but since I said marking for her was a bit different, strict, I'll admit it, I was strict. But I guess I left one. So the high com goes to Vanshita Tusu. Oh, sorry, Bakadat from NFC. She was the
I just want to say that both the chairs in the committee were absolutely my favorite. And whenever I thought of organizing MUN in my school, these were the two people that I for sure wanted for their brilliance. And talking about all the and everything, the only reason that I am gonna appreciate Nishkam is because he's absolutely my favorite person when it comes to discussing anything. So committees with him are 100% better and amazing, and he's brilliant at whatever he does. So thank you so much. I loved it, and congratulations to all of
Bunch and Manoj Tiwari, Narendra Modi are know your voices. Okay, adding to that, she was Secretary General in another I was take a part in, like I was Director General of that and also the chairperson. That the committee I was judging that time was also her favorite. So like my score is 2-on-2, both Secretary Generals who have worked with me find my committee to be the best.
Yeah. Also, I would like to take this time to thank everyone, specifically Tanmay. This is a great initiative. The whole secretariat. I know Ananya Jain works her ass off. So
Hey,
congratulations on being so amazing. Everyone and all of the people that came from NMC to AIPPM, you guys are brilliant. Please don't stop doing this. You guys can go places. Congratulations to everyone.
Okay, so about the people who came from NMC. Now, this the best delegate. Something about him, like his speeches have been accurate. Okay, so I guess that's Shivang Bajaj, Akhilesh Yadav. I can recognize your voice like anytime right now.
Yeah.
I have been. No, he's not the best delegate. He didn't even take part in the committee.
He was just screaming.
Took part.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so the best delegate, he was my personal favorite in the committee. And when I said that I judged Vanshita, more bit strict, that does not mean that he was not going to win. He performed really well, and he gave a really good competition, and he deserves this award totally, without a doubt. So the best delegate for NMC is Mr. Ravish Kumar.
Ravish, are you there?
Drop the beats.
Yeah, it was good.
Ravish, I guess he's not there.
He's
here. He's busy on call.
He's busy on call.
He's busy.
Best delegate.
Hello. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun, especially merging with AIPPM. With Narendra Modi, it was actually amazing going head-to-head with them along with the other BJP guys.
Thank you so much.
Mike.
The mic.
Amazing.
Yes, now it's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. It was an honor. And I actually wasn't expecting this, so.
Okay, great.
Like Ravish was so much like Ravish, very honestly. Like
exactly.
He could be exactly replaced anytime and no one would even know.
And again, you can be replaced with many eyes, no one will know.
He even talk like him, Ravish. He even talk like
Okay, now I guess if everything is done,
no,
go ahead.
IP.
Then every result is done. Oh, IP, right? Sorry.
So Ananya. Take the.
Oopsie.
So, Bolu.
Yes.
So I am Ananya and I'm head of caricaturist as well as head of design. And I'll first of all like to thank all of you for making this event a great success. And this was so unexpected because Nishkam just calls me one day and he's like, "Acha, Tanmay yaad hai tumne hamari class mein tha?" Yeah, कि अच्छा designing करेगी? I'm like, किसकी? He's like, MUN है उसकी करेंगे. I'm like, अच्छा ठीक है. Then after some days, he's like, कि अच्छा so you are the head of caricature. I'm like, hello, permission चाहिए होती है. So that's that. But Again, it was an amazing opportunity. And coming to the caricaturists, I'm just so happy with the effort that they have put in making their drawings. And there were 3 caricaturists, and I have 3 awards. They were that good. So, without any further ado, I'll announce the results. So, the verbal mention goes to Itanshi Jain. Itanshi, are you here?
I think SNR has stopped. Sorry, I just noticed.
Yes.
Can you
yes.
unmute him and just clap for him?
Yes. Bring SNR on for a minute, please. Tanchi first.
Itanchi first, yeah.
Yes. Tanchi, is she here?
Yeah.
So, shall I
Thank you
continue?
so much.
Speech,
Because
speech,
again,
speech.
am I audible?
Yes, you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
was really good. And thank you, Ananya, for guiding me. It was really nice.
Thank
Okay, now
Ananya,
goes to
let's bring SNR on call once.
all
Yeah.
right, just a second. SNR, do we have SNR over here? Did he
We
leave?
do have him, but I think he's just
Playing
showing.
still?
He's
He's
not
just
on.
Okay.
involved in himself.
Like he literally
He's
said me on
vibing on
chat
his
that
own.
I can play for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour. जितनी देर बजाना है बजा लूंगा and
होश भी नहीं है.
ये कैसी रेव
कोई
है?
तो रोक लो. I'll call him.
All right, Ananya, जब तक can you announce the next one?
1 second.
All right.
Okay. So the award for high commendation goes to Suyash Kapoor.
Woo! So Yash, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say that I'm really happy for this award, and of course, I didn't expect this, but what can I say? I'm happy, and
Yeah, and what
I
caricatures were yours yesterday and today?
can you repeat the question, please?
What caricatures did you draw yesterday and today?
Yesterday I drew for UNDP, and today UNGA.
All right. So you can look at Swayash's caricatures and everybody else's on the Instagram page. We'll be posting them soon. All right. So the next award, Ananya.
So the award for best caricaturist goes to Seher Taneja.
Woo!
Thank you.
Say something.
Speech.
I actually don't want to say anything actually.
ये सिर्फ बेइज्जती कर सकती है.
One सबसे पहले तेरी होगी, so let's not talk about it.
Girl.
चलो ठीक है, I'll just say कि I thought कि मुझे थोड़ा favor कर देगी अनन्या because of course she's my best friend, but it was actually कि मेरे से बोला यार एक टास्क थोड़ा पहले बता दे कि मेरी ना ट्यूशन है. So she was like, I don't care, ट्यूशन के अंदर बैठ के
The
बनाइयो.
secret is out. Okay.
So just saying, कोई nepotism नहीं था इधर. And बाकी you were a nice HOC, but I still don't like you.
You are nice HOC.
Oh, so sweet.
Thank you.
All right. So now I would like to call Gaurav, the editor-in-chief, and Vanshita, the co-editor-in-chief.
Thank you.
Okay. I have no idea.
Is Gaurav
But
here?
go on, Gaurav.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, it was kind of unprecedented that I got the international press. We were supposed to have the national media conference, but we just had to go with it. So, I mean, as part of the international press, we had certain delegates from each committee, prepare reports on their respective committees and submit it. And, in style of their countries, news agencies, and we got a lot of volunteers from delegates to actually send in reports, and all of them were very well written. Tanmay, can I just go ahead with the winner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the winner is Priyal Jain, the delegate of China from the UNGA.
And he participated as CGTN, the state-owned media in China. So all these reports you'll be getting soon in the newsletter. And just understand that these reports will be biased because they will represent some or the other news channel. So that is one twist that we added to this press thing over here. So Priyal, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. So, to be honest, I was like going about the DR and I was simultaneously writing the report, and I was literally not expecting anything like this. So, this is like a great thing for me.
Congratulations, Priyal.
Congratulations.
And with that said,
Thank you.
Congratulations.
okay, do we need to end now? That's sad.
We can first. SNR का mic on करो, तो सही बजा क्या रहा है?
Tanmay, hello.
Hello. हाँ बोल.
Tanmay, just a suggestion. Can we do lockdown MUN so soon, because lockdown खत्म तो होने वाला नहीं है. So if you think so, if you try.
Yeah, we can actually. We are actually planning to make this event annual because you know it went really well. इतने से time में हमने 25 days में ही काफी कुछ हमारे MUN ने achieve कर लिया था. So yeah, just one thing. So we had a lot of partners which helped us reach a lot of people and make it a national one, right? So I would just like you to know a bit about them, and they're also doing great initiatives. So it would be great if you just explore them too, and maybe they come up with an online one in anytime soon. So yeah. So Devansh, sorry, I'm taking your speech. I'm really sorry for that. Okay, are you there, Devansh?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm sorry for that, but now I'm taking your speech. Okay. So first of all, I would like you to know about Building Dreams Foundation. So it is based in Dehradun, but it operates in 3 cities. And this foundation basically focuses more on disadvantaged children and communities. But right now, with the COVID-19 situation, they're also helping like you fill the holes where the government is failing, because at the end of the day, government has its own limitations. So that is when Building Dreams Foundation comes up and helps. They are helping government send in food supplies to areas where the food supply is scarce, and they're also helping people get some employment at this time. Because those people who have lost their jobs, they're also helping them get some employment and get a better future with this pandemic. And you can know more about them. We have their details on the website, on our website, and you can know more about them over there. Then I would like to mention the Statesmanship program. So we had Ishaan Joshi sir, and I don't think I can explain that better than him. So I would encourage you to subscribe to the newsletter if you love free speech and are willing to open up to diverse opinions. Then we had Fairgaze Media. So Fairgaze is a school media company. So what it does is basically there are many events that happen across all schools all over the country, right? So they provide a platform to connect these schools and coordinate various events. So if you are still a school student, because हम लोग तो देख pass out होने वाले हैं, अगर आप still school student हो तो I encourage you to check their website, because they have very interesting events coming in. And then we have Glengaze. So Glengaze is a MUN that is also conducted like all around the world, and so they are conducted all around the world, and they are part of Fairgaze Media only. So maybe they are planning to do a MUN in coming times. So keep yourself updated about that. अगर आपको ये MUN अच्छा लगा तो there would definitely be a lot better. Actually, अपना better है, but still. All right. And then we have Silverwing Technologies. Just a disclaimer. So Silverwing Technologies, they help make websites and all. Though they didn't help us with this website, they helped us with our initial platforms like Google Teams and all. And I've seen the websites that they design, and they are amazing. So in case you want to host another MUN or maybe just do anything new, you can contact them and build your own website. With that said, I think some people would be bored now. कितने लोग बोर हो चुके हैं, honestly? Everyone, I guess. All right. But see, MUN खत्म हो गया है. WhatsApp groups पे आप लोग still हो. I encourage you to save the contacts of people you made friends with, because this is a national level MUN and people are there from all over the world, all over the country. ज़्यादा excited हो गया मैं. Sorry. right? So we have people from all over the country, and I encourage you, अगर आपको कोई नया मिला हो who you hadn't talked to before, कुछ तो आपके friends होंगे, कुछ लोग होंगे जिन्हें आप बिल्कुल नहीं जानते. So I encourage you to save their numbers and stay in contact with them, क्योंकि who knows कि maybe they are all, look, who knows what they're coming up with, right?
All the girls who are gonna get weird texts, just know that Tanmay is the one who told everyone to text and save the numbers. So we're gonna blame you.
Ouch. Okay, I think I need to
Reframe it.
run away. Anyone knows Neerav Modi? कहाँ पे है?
Yep.
I'll join.
Right.
you. All right. Okay, with that said, अब मुझे close करना है. So I declare all the committees for the Lockdown Model United Nations 2020 closed.
अरे भाई SNR को कोई तो रोक लो, एक बार उसको unmute करो जरा.
Thank you so much, Tanmay. This was great. It was amazing.
And for me, it was a big deal because for me, it was a reunion. Many people I hadn't talked for like 8 years, 7 years. And it was a big reunion for me. And keep in contact all of you people. And अभी हमारा तो काम खत्म नहीं हुआ है. आपको जो certificates हैं, you'll get via mail. So don't worry about that. All the awardees and all the people who participated, you'll get your participation certificate and your award, if any, via email. All right. And if this lockdown ends on time, we'll also try to send you physical copies of certificates, but that cannot be assured as of now.
Yeah.
And with that said, stay safe. Don't go out unless needed, and like do whatever you want because you are at home. कुछ भी कर सकते हो, right? Start a new MUN if you want to.
Yeah.
All right. So
Vanshika, should we start everywhere?
Okay, we are starting SNR once because वो अभी तक
SNR कोई सही में बोलो.
Yay!